Hi everyone, welcome to video 8 of our creator series where we show how to create your own AI manga using mangagen.io. In this video, we'll be talking about the concept of character versioning. So, say suppose if we have a story or a chapter in which we want to show different versions of the same character. So if I use the example of Luffy in from One Piece, his appearance has more or less remained the same before time skip and after time skip, but after time skip he had a scar on his chest, his clothes had changed, and all those things. And if there is a chapter in which we want to have both pre-time skip and post-time skip Luffy's in the same chapter, then how do we go about it? So, when we were creating characters, we saw that we are creating versions of a character. And for this concept of character versioning, I'll be using the example of the popular Japanese folklore tale Kaguya Hime, the Bamboo Princess. So, the story of Kaguya Hime goes that a woodcutter, an old woodcutter, finds a very small baby, a infant baby in a bamboo stalk, and then that baby continuously grows up at a tremendous pace. Within a week or two, she is as big as a three to 4 year old, and within 2 to 3 months, she fully grows into a 18-year-old adult. So that is depicted in this first chapter of Kaguya Hime. Okay, so how do we incorporate different versions of Kaguya Hime with the same name because all of them are called Kaguya? So for that, when we create Kaguya's character, I have opened that up already. So I started with this. This is the version 1 of Kaguya Hime, which I created the infant version. Then I went to version 2. Here we select so since every version is created, so it's a reference version because we ought to maintain the character continuity. So I chose version 1, then clicked on generate image, and this image was the outcome. So this is essentially the 3 to 4 year child version of Kaguya Hime. And finally, we have the fully grown adult version of Kaguya Hime. So for that, we shall go into this, choose on version 3, generate image, and this is the adult version. Now, before we start generating panels, when we are at the step where we choose to select all the characters, for these Basan and Gigi, basically the grandma and the grandpa of Kaguya Hime, will choose their single characters because they are just a single character, version ones of both of them. For Kaguya Hime, we shall choose all the three versions and we shall click on Save Version Selections. Then when we generate panels, our the mangagen.ai website is strong enough to understand which version to place where. And that they do basis on the character traits that we have. So for an adult, the character traits are very much different from a child, and and the character traits for infant are again very different from the other two versions. So I'll just give a brief overview. As we go down, we see in the story that the woodcutter finds that there was a glowing bamboo stalk. He tries to cut it, and in the like in the split of the bamboo stalk, he can find that there was an infant baby girl. So here, AI automatically uses Kaguya version 1. Okay, then in the subsequent panels, we can see that Kaguya version 1 is present, and it goes on and on. Kaguya version 1 story goes on and on, and then from panel 23 onwards, Kaguya version 2 illustration is present. So this is the difference, that we can create all the versions and we have to leave it on AI. It will automatically choose the right version to be placed in this panel. So again, in this version 2 is present, again version 2 is present, and now we shall finally see the version 3 in the subsequent panels, which is the adult Kaguya, and probably the final version of Kaguya Hime that is also being used in the subsequent chapters of the story. So, yeah. So, this was all about the concept of character versioning, and this concept not only applies to the state where we are showing that the age of a character is differing. It also applies when the clothes of a character are also changing. So for that, I'll present another example. Just give me a second. Yeah, so I am back with another example. So this in this example, I'll be covering the story of Hainsworth's. So it's a romance thriller webtoon which I am creating. In this, the male lead is known as Alex. The female lead is Chloe. So I think this is Chloe. Yeah. So Chloe has three different versions, even though in all of the versions she is more or less the same. It's just that her clothes are differing. So this is Chloe in her normal corporate setup where she is wearing a corporate attire. This is Chloe when she went to a funeral event, so she's wearing typically those black clothes. And this is Chloe in a casual outfit. Then we have Alex, the male female lead. So this is his corporate attire. Then this attire is more of his casual homely attire, and we'll see how these characters are being used in the panels. So in this panel, we see that both Alex and Chloe are talking in a cafe. So Alex, he is wearing his corporate attire, but Chloe, she is wearing her casual attire. So Chloe version 3 is being used. Here again, Chloe version 3 is being used, version 3, then Alex corporate. So in this panel, we see Chloe next to a coffin. Probably she is at a funeral. So again, we can see Chloe version 2 is being used. And in the next setup, when the flashback ends and she comes back to present, again Chloe version 3 is being used. As far as Alex is considered, we are using version 1 because he was part of that conversation with Chloe in a office setup. Sorry, in a casual date setup. Now, when he comes back home, he is wearing his normal casual attire, and we see Alex version 2 being used. So, and from then onwards, we see Alex version 2 is continuously being used. So, what we can infer is that by using this concept of character versioning, we shall be able to cover all types of character, uh, like character versions of the same character. So that could be that the physical appearance of the character is changing, their age is changing, probably their attire is changing. So for all of that, we just ought to create a new version, and we shall be able to capture that character version, and our character will remain consistent throughout the chapter. So, yeah, this was all about the concept of character versioning. I hope that you shall also apply this concept in your own mangas, and that will actually help you to make your characters more consistent throughout the chapters and even across multiple chapters. So, yeah, thanks everyone. If you liked our content, then please like, share, and subscribe. And we shall meet again in the next video. So, thanks for watching.